welcome back to my channel. Today I'm coming at you with this look a la Jeffree Star. He did a date night tutorial and it was very similar to this look, but only he uses toxic products, so I wanted to bring it to you guys. I wore it in my Silk Naturals haul and my Glowing Beats unboxing, and I think it was my most highly requested makeup tutorial to date, so I definitely wanted to bring it to you guys. It's quite product heavy as it always is, but you guys know I love me a little glam, so I hope you do too, and if you want to know how to recreate this look, just go ahead and please keep watching. Alright, so on to the tutorial as always. You guys know my new favorite foundation is the one by Sappho Organic, so I'm going to go ahead and do that today. You guys know I normally start with the skin, and I'm going to apply it exactly the way I did in my comprehensive review slash demo of the Sappho video. So if you guys want to see that, I will link that down below for you. But I just dotted on my face, and I'm going to go ahead and blend it in with this oval blending brush. So once I do that, I'm going to go ahead and color correct with the Fit Glow Eye Bright. This only comes in one color. This is another product I did an entire review on. So I just like to take my finger, do it where I get the absolute darkest, which is right in the front here. And then I also like to prime my eyes at this time because I'm going to go ahead and bake. You guys, I love, love, love the Luca Cosmetics Blank Canvas eye primer. It makes my eyeshadows last literally all day if I set it. It does have dimethicone in it though. So that's why I don't talk about it that much, but I love that it's tinted. It neutralizes my crazy coloring I have on my eyelids and keeps my shadows around. So once I do that, I'm going to take a good healthy pump of my Christopher Drummond or Hint Beauty Duo Phase Hydrating Concealer in light. And then I just like to really do a crap ton of this because I'm not only concealing my under eyes, I'm trying to conceal around my nose. I have these red bumps around my eyes, I think, because what I've been using is just too heavy. So I need to cover those as well. On the nose there, here, here, chin, and then I will just go ahead and buff that in with my oval brush again. So once that's all on, I've got my base routine. You guys, let me know if you still want me to include it in videos. I know it's pretty much the same. I'm gonna go ahead and bake and do my eyebrows. I have been using the Hint Beauty Eye Wax, so if you want a review on this video, please let me know. That's an eyebrow wax rather. Okay, with this look, before I go on to the eyes, I'm just going to completely finish up the face. So for bronzer, I've been loving the Hint Beauty Solaire bronzing powder. It's just a loose bronzer, so I'm just going to knock some of that into the lid, take an enormous bronzing brush, really work that into the bristles so I'm not left with, you know, stripes on my face. And I'm just going to hit the usual places, which is that standard 3. Right under the chin, on the cheek, everywhere. I just like to look much more dark than I am. And the forehead. Since the brush I'm using is quite dense for a bronzer brush, if I need to clean anything up, I'll just go ahead back in with that foundation brush. And I'm just going to work it right over where I bronze. But I mean, I don't mind like a messy bronze look, to be honest. So once I bronze, I go ahead and blush. This is Pretty Naked by 100% Pure, and I'm just going to take that on an angled blush brush, and I'm just going to lightly dust on the cheeks. Something neutral because you guys know I really do like to play up the eyes and the lips more than the cheeks. Also been liking to do is after I blush, I like to go in with the Antonym Baked Powder Foundation, which I've been loving, by the way, and I will just take the end of my beauty blender and I just like to literally just clean up and make a really crisp line like that. But still soft because it's powder and I'm being not precise. Just not too precious at all. So if you got your bronzer or your blush a little too low, boop, 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 and then it'll also give you a little bit more of a cheekbone because I don't really contour, I just tend to bronze. And because this look is highlighted, honey, I'm gonna go in with Silk Naturals Dusk. I'm gonna dump that into the lid. And I'm going to take a little fan brush like this. This is my Delium Tools 925. I just take a little bit of that and I'm just going to very lightly hit the cheeks with that again, just to amplify the color, make it nice and warm and glowy. Perfect. Woo, that itches. And then we're gonna go in with the actual highlight. We're going to highlight. This is in Fluff. This is a completely different tone. If you could see the difference, this is Dusk. This is Fluff. I swatched these in a video for you guys. I have a lot of links down below for this video because I've gone in depth with these products. I love these products. So I'm gonna take that same fan brush on its side this time. Try to tap it, but not too much. And we're just gonna go like this. And just kind of work it in little circles so it's blended and we're not left with a zebra stripe. Take it above the brow, just a tiny bit. Down the bridge of the nose. If you want your nose to look slimmer, just highlight here to here and on the tip. I already have a weirdly thin nose, so I don't need mine to look any thinner. A crap ton on the Cupid's bow. In fact, I'll take my pinky. I'll just run that across the Cupid's bow. Later we put on lipstick. It'll make your lips look nice and full. And then we're going to do the cheekbone on this side again. The goal is to look as highlighted as humanly possible. I think I may have achieved that. And to intensify that highlight and just stop the makeup from looking so powdery on my face, I'm just going to go ahead with my Elizabeth Dean for One Love Organics Moisture Mist. And just let that set really quick. While I let that dry, let's just go ahead to eyes. I'm not going to be zooming in as much as I normally do because I need help to knock it out of frame and I don't have anybody here to help me. Let me know if I'm in frame. So I'm just going to go ahead in with Silk Naturals Analog. It is the dupe for Urban Decay Limit. I did an entire swatch video on Urban Decay dupes as well. I'm just going to take this on my big 785 from Delium Tools, the pink one, and very just roughly buff that through your crease. Doesn't need to be too pretty, just go for it. And right after that, we're gonna go in with Silk Naturals Loaded. I use this on a regular basis. If you don't have this eyeshadow, I highly recommend it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful golden metallic shade, and to stop it from looking so metallic, just make it look more like a soft bronze, I'm going to take a little brush and I'm not going to wet it like I normally would, and we're just going to pack this onto the lid. Try to press it since we don't have anything for it to stick to, so you just minimize the amount of fallout you get. And then we're gonna go in with the star of the show. There's always a star on the show of my makeup looks, isn't there? Imperial by Silk Naturals. If you saw my haul, you guys would have seen this color. It is just a beautiful mint green with a lot of metallic sheen, so I love it. So going in with my rose water and glycerin spray, I'm just gonna do one quick spritz into that cap. And then I'm gonna dump a little bit of the product in there. Perfect. You guys know my tip with this, it helps makeup, it helps your eyeshadow last longer as well as make them more vibrant. So just going in with a little baby packer brush, going to load up my brush with that color. And we're just gonna pack this right in the middle. Okay, sorry if the angle's a little different. My camera overheated because I've been doing that. I've had too many interruptions and I didn't shut the camera off. Anyways, now that we have just packed that mint green color on the lids, we don't want it to look too stark, so we're going to take a clean blending brush. We're just going to softly kind of fuse that green with that bronze. You could even pick up just a tiny bit of the bronze and just kind of mesh them together. Then we're just going to intensify that outer V just a little bit to add some contrast. For this, I use the Honest Beauty Heather Mauves palette, and I'm going to take this color right here on my Antonym blending brush. And I'm just going to pack it in the outer V and just push it up. Just a little bit. You could take it in just a tiny little bit. Doesn't need to be perfect. We're going to buff it out. And then we'll go in with that clean blending brush again, and we will blend it out. And really quickly, I'm also going to take that same shade from the Heather Mauve palette by Honest Beauty, and I'm just going to run it right under the lash line. To deepen it up even more, we're going to go in with a little pencil brush and this darkest purple in the palette. And I'm just going to kind of press this into the lash line just at that outer edge. And then I'm going to kind of draw like almost like a winged liner and just brush it up. Just really follow, like literally just like taking the shape of your brush and going like this. Wherever the angle is. Just like that. And it looks a little rough, but we're going to blend it out. And then we just buff out those edges to make it nice and soft. And we need a brow bone highlight, and I didn't bring one out, so I'm just going to go ahead and use my Antonym light powder, and I'm just going to highlight the brow with that so everything seamlessly blends together. And to finish it off before the mascara, I had a Ba-Bam highlight in the inner corner of my eye. So I'm going to take Fluff again, and I'm going to do a quick spritz of my rose glycerin spray. Just a little pencil brush. I'm going to work some product in there. And right in that inner corner, baby, we are loading it up. Inner corner highlight for days. I'm going to add a little bit of this to my Cupid's bow, actually. Excellent. So I'm going to go ahead and do 2 coats of my Hint Beauty Nocturne Mascara, and then I will be back to finish up lips with you guys. And I forgot to mention to keep the eyes nice and open because it's a very springtime look. I went in with the Honest Beauty True Velvet Pencil and Eye Opener, which is just the nude. You guys know I love a good nude eye pencil. I'm obsessed. And then I'm going to go in with the Silk Naturals Velvet Matte Lipstick, my favorite. Oops. In Garters, another one I mentioned in the haul. And I'm just going to quickly apply that. Alright you guys, so this is the completed look. As always, I hope that you enjoyed it. If you did and you want to recreate it, take a picture. That's what I was trying to do. Take a picture for me and tag me on Instagram. I would absolutely love to see it. I think this is perfect now that we are moving into the spring and summertime, yet it's still kind of smoky because, you know, I cannot stray away from that. But as always, follow me on Instagram at Green Bunny Video if you would like, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!